I bought this blade twice, but not because it's nice. What's up, guys? Welcome to the channel. Welcome to another episode, and I'm going to try and do this real quick. I'm not going to go through my whole litany because I've purchased 2 of the new Boker Kansei, I believe is how you pronounce it, folders from 2 separate websites, and neither one have been what I was looking for, and it's mostly having to do with quality control issues and design issues. And so I'm not excited about this folder. I was really pumped to get one, but I'm gonna have to show you what I don't like about it and what why I would pass on this blade. I'm just going to be honest right in the front. Why I would pass on this blade. The lines really connected with me. The options really connected with me. The price was decent. It wasn't great, but I was like, yeah, I haven't gotten a gentleman's folder in a while, and I would like to see what Boker is producing. We haven't reviewed a lot of Boker knives here at the channel, so let's see. Let's pick one up. Wasn't happy with the first one because of quality control issues. Bought a separate one from a separate distributor to have quality control issues with that one, so I'm not going to recommend this blade to you. So real quick to go through just some basic things here for you. They have a couple different designs. It's Boker knives, you know, they're huge company. What we have here, and I got the wood handled version, and it's crazy that they're so different in their design. These are the more expensive ones. I think they do have a carbon fiber version, then they have a G10 version, fluctuating anywhere between like $65 and $75, just depends on where you buy them. VG10 steel with normal liners, ball bearing bushings, all that type of stuff. So right out of the gate, some cool little aspects that I'll show you here is that they do come with these little leather tassels on top of the large lanyard hole right there. They are extremely slim, really lightweight. I'm going to annotate in some of this stuff right now as I'm doing this, just so I don't have to try and remember it and talk to you guys at the same time. And so that's what really connected with me. I'm like, these are light, they're slim, VG10 steel. I like VG10 for the price. It's right there around like Spyderco's and things like that. These are made in China, but the fit and finish in the sense of like materials, sorry, it's not the fit and finish, but just material quality, I was like, yeah, it's pretty good. And then the ball bearing bushings, and it's got kind of a double flipper action. So we have here our first tine right there that you can purchase, and with those ball bearing bushings, I mean, this thing just flies. It flies open. I was really excited about that when I first got it. It's just like boom every time. But it also has a cool, let's see if we can show you that, front flipper. So you can, if you're kind of interested in front flippers, catch that as well and use it that way. So you got your back. So it's just a fun, super smooth, flying open with those ball bearings blade. But very simple design, straightforward, nothing really, you know, out of the ordinary in that regard. Same pocket clip, you know, just one-sided, right-handy only. Liner locks on both of these here that center pretty well. No issues there. Rounded wood handle scales. Again, you can get the G10 and I think carbon fiber versions. Slim, lightweight. Showed it off to a few friends. They're like, oh, that's really cool. You know, let them play with it. The blade profile is also really good. It's really precise. Great little EDC knife for a gentleman folder. Carry to the office. A church knife when I go to church, you know, on a Sunday. You know, dressy occasions. You want just a nice, slim, quick slicer type of folder. It's a great, like the lines and the materials and the way it was presented really connect with me, and that's why I purchased it and wanted to review it for you guys. So these are the 2 issues. The first one is, the first one that I purchased had a centering issue. I don't know how well you guys can see that, but it's cockeyed off to the side. Now it's not quite rubbing the liners, but it's noticeably off to one side, and the D10 is good. And some of that may be because the locking mechanism is pressing up against it, but I've tightened it, I've played with the pivot a bunch and could not get that centering to go away. And it wants to start to float the more you use it, to a point where when you look at it, it's not rubbing, but it looks like it's rubbing on the blades or on the handle scale. So I was not a fan of that. And I'm like, if I'm gonna pay $70 for a knife and it's gonna be like a gentleman folder, if it was like a $30, you know, beater knife, I mean, who cares, whatever, I'll kick the crap out of it, whatever. But this is, you know, a $70 slim, you know, gentleman knife that I may be like, oh, well, let me see that knife. Oh, that's kind of cool. I don't want the centering all cockeyed and off to the side. And the pocket clip wasn't bad, but it was floating slightly up and down. So I said to myself, well, and this is what I tend to do sometimes, depending on the knife and depending on the situation. I said, you know what, I'll go to a different distributor. I'll buy the same knife and let's just see what happens. Maybe it was just a fluke. They're new to the market. Let's give them a break. Let's see what happens. Well, the centering on the next one that I got, which is this different colored wood, I don't know why different distributors. I don't know if they're just the wood's always different. I don't know what the whole deal is. But the centering was perfect and has not floated right or left. So the centering is great. The action is great. Everything is fantastic. The lockup is good. The centering of the lockup. Now that was another kind of issue, is that there's a lot of wobble side to side. There's none up and down, but the wobble on those ball bearings is more than most ball bearing Chinese made knives that we've been testing out here from Civivi. If you look at Rake and some of these other companies, they don't have as much wobble side to side as these two knives do. They both have the same amount of side to side play, but good solid up and down lockup. So when I saw all that, I was pretty pumped. I'm like, sweet, well then this must have just been a fluke. I'll return the bad one with the bad centering and get the other one. Well, the problem is now that the pocket clip, look at how much play is in that pocket clip, and every time I tighten it down, it loosens right back up. And even when I tighten it down, it's not, I was wondering, like, if I just Loctite it, would that fix the problem? It's not going to fix the problem. The seating is not there to where it's actually nestled in, so it's just going to continue to rock and continue to be an issue for me. So for the price to what this can do and everything going on together, I'm just not a fan of this design. They need to get the quality control locked in so that the centering is good, the pocket clip doesn't wobble around. If they had nestled in the pocket clip a little bit more, done better with the way that they had designed the screws maybe, and just the mounting of the pocket clip, it wouldn't have been that big an issue. But the way this is going for me, I'm just not a fan, and for the price, I'm going to go with some other gentleman folder or pay a little bit more to get something with better quality. So that's where I'm at with this blade. I wish if the centering was good and the pocket clips were good on these two models, I'd be like, yeah, get it. It's a pretty fun, cool little blade. I'm going to keep it in the collection as kind of one of my nicer, dressier gentleman knives. I'm not going to do that. That's not what I'm going to recommend to you, and I wouldn't pick these up. So guys, I hope this video has just been entertaining but also informative for you, to help you know whether or not the Boker Kansei is the right blade for you. Take a risk on, roll the dice on, or not. In my case, I'm going to pass. I would pass if I were you. And we just appreciate it, guys. I appreciate when you use those hyperlinks too. When you're buying any gear, regardless of the stuff you see here in the video or anything else, when you use those hyperlinks to all the companies that we have affiliate links with, it helps me buy gear just like this and be able to give you truthful, honest reviews like this, to give you those data points so that you guys can know what is worth spending your hard-earned money on and what's maybe better to pass on. So appreciate that. Subscribe if you're not a current subscriber. We're throwing out videos like this all the time. We'd love to have you be part of the GT family. Check us out on social media, and always remember, stay equipped, stay prepared, and we'll see you out there.